Hello everybody and welcome back to All the Mod 7 to the Sky. And this episode, as you can see behind me, we get into productive bees. We work all our way from the start all the way up until we've gotten ourselves allthemodium, vibranium and unobtanium bees. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we are going to be working on productive bees. I wanted to do bees because, well, there's new and we've only used resourceful bees in the past. This version of the bees is completely different and I would like to explore it a tiny bit. Now, we probably won't get as deep into the mod because, to be honest, it actually isn't worth it, really. Our system here for like all the magic crops and all that, or mystic agriculture, is way more productive than the bees will be. The only benefit we'll have from the bees is generating up different resources that we can't get with the seeds, like different alloys like brass, bronze, and all those different things like Invar and all that. So those bees will be able to be produced in here, or those resources will be able to be produced by the bees in these hives. Now, I did stop the dark oak farm right here because I had a feeling that if this thing actually grew and connected to this log, it would rip this thing apart. So unless I want to keep this farm going, I might need to change this to a different block, maybe even like a brick maybe. I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, so I built this now since last episode. And other things I've done since last episode is over here, I have an area to put some villagers because we're going to get ourselves a few villagers now today. And also I have a cable running up here from the bottom down there where I have it connected to the storage controller. I have two exporters here hooked up to these two diamond chests, which are exporting out endstone and netherrack. And then they're getting pulled out into the hammers here and they're getting crushed and whatever. Right now there's nothing in here because I don't have a system set up to actually convert the essence into the block. So like if I wanted to, I'd have to do this and just manually do it at the moment, unless I start exporting these things out into a crafter. Do we have a crafter from RF Tools in here? I'm sure we do. Do we? Is our RF Tools in here? Yes, it is. Okay, if we wanted to, we could start pumping out the essence into those crafters and get it converted up. But at the moment, I'm just kind of pumping everything out by hand. You can see everything's getting pumped into these diamond chests, which then in turn fills up the hammer, and then the rest goes into the chest and just builds up. So then what I've done is I also hooked up a few extra hammers here. So this hammer here is converting cobble into gravel, because one thing I was really needing a lot of is sand, and I kind of just wanted to hook up gravel as well, just to have that resource. They're connected to the drawer controller down here as well, so we can access them in the system. You can see we nearly have over 500,000 sand, which is amazing. And then I can just smelt all that into as much glass as I want. That's the whole reason I wanted. I'm always out of glass, and by having this much sand now, once we get auto crafting going, because I'm going to have to do a bit of research on how auto crafting works, because I'm not entirely sure how it works. So we're going to have to research a bit of the auto crafting so we can actually utilize this AE2 system to its full potential, and then actually get the matrix set back up in here so that the simulation chambers will be back up and running. I'm thinking of taking out the Ghast and the Phantom and replacing the two of them here with dragons. And then putting up a Terra Cube or a slimy clay slime in here and get him set up, because today we're going to get some villagers. And while I was looking at the recipe for making villagers, I noticed that you can actually make the cube the same way you get the villager instead of having to go through occultism, which is really nice. So how do we get villagers? And oh yeah, I also went ahead and set up all these growth accelerators underneath the farm here because I wanted a lot more essence, so we can convert all of these or make all of these different seeds. And I even set up like lily pads of fertility all across the middle here. They actually do a lot further than a 5x5. They actually do or not a 7x7. I think they do a lot more than a 7x7. I think they do a full 9x9. Since actually one of them seems to be actually reaching all the way to the edge over here. So they actually are a lot bigger than I thought they were. But the thing is, for recipe for those, you needed catalytic glands, and you only get those by killing ghasts or creepers, and we aren't getting regular creepers out of this farm. So I went over here in the last farm that we had empty, I went ahead and put a creeper spawner in here. So when you turn this on, it generates creepers, and then they drop catalyzing glands and gunpowder. And then, yeah, you can make yourself your growth essence and make yourself the lily pads. And the reason why there's so many different versions of these ones here instead of just regular or just premium ones, the only difference between the different tiers is the distance they reach. So they all have the exact same speed. It's just that they all have different reach. Like Inferium only has like a block reach of like 11. This one here is maybe like 16, 20, and so on, and then all the way down to 63. So I'm kind of stacking them down. It actually really does not make much of a difference. I haven't noticed an increase in the crop output. I do have a lot of essence building up though, but to be honest, it's not any help of the things down here. It's just leaving it AFK for a while and then just letting it generate the resources, but it doesn't matter, and we'll just leave it alone. So in terms of making the villagers, because that's what we want to do first, because what I want to get is from the villagers, the villager here who will sell me beehives. If we go back in here and have a look at it, the thing I really need is honey treats and maybe some honeycombs. As you can see, this guy here sells us all these different items. Can I? No, you can't. So what I want to do is get myself a few of these beekeeper villagers set up, because then I can buy bee cages, bottles, honey treats, advanced oak hives, and sometimes maybe a spawn egg. So I want to get a few of these guys set up so that I can actually start buying all these things off, because that will save me from having to try and produce all these things by hand. I still will have to set up an automated system making honey, but I might be able to do that over here on its own, maybe just like in a whole alchemy system. Because what we can do is actually get slime balls, throw them in a dissolver, which will make us sucralose and protein. We need the sucralose, combine that in here with, where is it? I think it's triglyceride. Yeah, so we combine the sucralose and triglyceride. That will make honeycombs. And the triglyceride is gotten by dissolving wool. So if we dissolve wool, we get triglyceride, combine that with the sucralose and make the honeycombs, and then that way we can just make like infinite treats and whatever. But we also can buy the treats from the villager, so it's actually not that big of an issue, because you actually can buy, I think, quite a bit from them. So that's what we're going to do. So to summon a villager, there's 3 ways we can do it, but I'm going to use the spirit way. The other 2 ways we can do it is either by capturing a zombie villager who you might spawn inside our farm. I've seen a couple of them on the map. And the other thing then is by using Botania, by making this cocoon a caprice. And I think you right click it with an emerald, and when it hatches, it will have a baby villager inside it. But we're not going to go that method. And this soul extractor, I don't need that either. I thought I might need that, but I don't. So how do we do this? We're going to come over here because we need to actually light some stuff on fire. Meaning we're going to need a bunch of soul sand. And we're also going to need a good bit of glowstone. And I'm just going to put this in the ground right here, because we need a soul fire. So we have a flint and steel now as well. And if I put a soul fire there, and what we do is we throw glowstone into the fire here, turn off my magnet so I don't pick it up by accident, and leave that burn. As you can see, it is like causing a lot of particles. But what that is doing is converting that glowstone into soul powder. As you can see in here, you just throw glowstone into a soul fire, and you make soul powder. Combine that soul powder into a block, and then you use that block to surround another soul sand, and you throw an iron into the fire, and it makes you a soul steel ingot. And we need those ingots to make ourselves the pedestals here, because we actually have a look at the recipes here, which I'm actually kind of been liking the look of here, is a Patrick bee. This guy here, I needed, I'm gonna want this Patrick bee later on, because you will be able to make me Patrick stars, which will also stop me from having to craft these guys every time, which will be needed for making every single ATM star. Because looking at it, I'm gonna need upwards of maybe 12 of these stars to craft everything I want. Because I'd like to make myself all of the different things in here, so I don't think we need to create a source jar. I need a block because I want to convert a bee into a starry bee, and then he will only have a 10% chance to a 5% chance to give me a star shard. But after that point, I think I might already have everything I kind of want. So I will probably be just making myself. I doubt we're going to make that. We're not going to need that. So the only thing I'm really going to want out of this pack is the creative energy cube, and maybe like the creative compressor and the everlasting mana pool. That's like the only things I kind of want out of the ATM star. And then we'll just get our bee and just let him run. So yeah, that's kind of the only thing that I want out of the ATM star. And we're going to start flying through these resources now soon, because I would like to actually start working on this star. So how much powder has been made so far. Quite a bit already, so we can chuck this back in here, and the other thing I'm going to need is some deep slate. So if we come over here, grab a bunch of deep slate, and come back over here and chuck this into the fire then as well, that's going to start producing a soul slate. I'm actually, that's not on. How am I picking this up so easily? I know, just leave it like that. So what we're going to do is combine the soul powder in here to make us the soul powder blocks. Might even do it again. Then what we're going to do is get ourselves the soul sand, flint and steel, and a stack of iron. I need at least a block and 5 to make everything in here that I want. So if I just do this, lay out like a couple of these patterns because it's quicker just to do it like this. And then a soul sand in the middle of each one. And then light each one of them on fire. They won't activate until you have the iron ingot in there. So you have an iron, you get an iron, you get an iron, and so on. And there you go, you can see they're kind of popping and they are dropping down the soul steel, which is exactly what we want. And I need another 2 to be able to make myself my block, and then I need another 5. So let's continue making those. Right, these should be the last 2 I need now, and that should be everything. I don't think we need this fire anymore, but we'll leave it there just in case. So what I want to do is make myself the soul pedestal now. So we need to make ourselves a basic pedestal, and we're actually going to need a lot of these guys now. Let me just throw everything here into the system. These pedestals, I need at least another 8 because we need to put the items on. It's almost the exact same setup or layout as the seed or the mystical agriculture infuser for making the seeds. The same layout as that. Then we need to make ourselves a crystal pedestal, and then we need to turn these ingots here into a block, and then we can make ourselves our soul pedestal like so. There we go. Now, the other thing we're going to need is a soul crystal, because this thing is going to store the soul of a mob. So what we want to do is make that, which is quartz. So we just make ourselves 4 quartz. I might actually do it twice. So do that, and then I just need another soul sand, 2 more soul sand, and a flint and steel, and then some soul powder. There we go. Now I just lay this out, similar to what we did with the other stuff. And boop, and boop. There we go. And then they should pop, and there we go. We have our soul shards. Now, we need to fill these with a zombie. Now, where do we get a zombie? We could go to, or just wait, try and sneak a zombie out of there, or we could go to the other, or the Twilight Forest, which will probably be the easiest. Now, what we need to find is a zombie somewhere underground, because there shouldn't be any near our base, because we have some of those torches down that prevent them from spawning. So I guess we'll just fly around until we see some zombies starting to pop out of the wall, or I can see them spawning on the ground. Not even that long, and I found one instantly. So we come down here, and we'll just kill this zombie, and you will fill 1 shard. Now, there's no more zombies down here, so I'm going to have to go back out and try and find another one, because then we can summon ourselves 2 zombies. I don't want to get too close over there. I think next episode, or maybe the episode after next, we might actually speed run going through the Twilight, because I'd like to get the Twilight finished, because there is actually a couple of things in the Twilight I do need. Well, actually, only kind of one thing, and that's to kill the Ice Queen. The Ice Queen is needed for making ourselves, I think, one of the things in here, or is it the Oblivion? Is the Oblivion Shard. I need the Snow Queen's trophy, so we're probably going to speed run the Twilight at some stage in the next few episodes. Turn on my jetpack and keep flying till we find another zombie. Sure, there should be one around here somewhere. Finally, I see one on the map right here, so hopefully if we just dig down... Where are you? Lapis, okay. Where is this zombie? Where are you? There you are. There we go. Alright, kill you, and there's our 2 soul shards filled. Right, now we can head home, and the portal is this direction. Right, let's go home. And we're back. Alright, perfect. Now we can get rid of all that stuff out of our inventory, and now let's summon ourselves a villager. So, I want to actually probably build a platform there, but temporarily we're just going to do it over here. I will build a platform in between episodes. What I want to do is similar layout, so put that in the center there, and then we just go like this. Just lay this out like so. There we go. And now we're ready to go. So what we want to do is grab out the ingredients now for the villagers. We have a look in here. The villager is going to require, and also the other thing I do like in here is the terror cube. We are going to probably make him maybe next episode or something, or maybe I'll do it between episodes. The other thing is they feel like different bees and stuff as well, which are nice. But anyway, the villager, which is going to make us Dorothy, which is apparently the name of the villager in this, So we need a diamond, a lapis, an apple, an emerald, a steak, a pumpkin, a block of iron, and an oak sapling. And we need 2 lots of that. So give me a second to grab that out. Right, there we go. So that's all the ingredients. So all we have to do is to put one... Okay, oh, it stacks. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just have to separate it all first. I don't know if it matters if there's 2 lots of each one, but I just need to make sure that there is just one of these items on each thing. And last 2, a steak and a lapis. And then all we have to do is click that in. There's a zombie soul in there. I think there should be something on it. Yeah, with shaders on, you actually can't see him, but you can see there's actually a zombie on it, which is nice. Shift right click it to activate, and while he's spawning in, oh, but that was quick. A mob imprisonment tool. Now, you're already running off to go get yourself a job, but I'm going to rob you and stick you in here. Yeah, you're going to be looking over there to get that stuff. We'll fix that now in a moment. But anyway, I need to spawn in the next one. So same thing again, that in there. Mob imprisonment tool ready. Shift right click and boom. Grab you and stick you in here. Do you get the job? You might not get the job because you're... Oh, no, you did get the job. Okay, you're good. But anything, if I start breaking that stuff now to change your recipes, you're going to be fixated on changing it. So I'm going to remove everything here that could cause you to want to change your job. Give me out a bunch of emeralds now. And what do you actually sell me? Okay, glass bottles. Buy them. And you are giving me shears and glass bottles. I'll buy your glass bottles now as well. You have upgraded to a sugar bag honeycomb and a treat on a stick. And you are the exact same. What is the sugar bag for? Is that just something I can eat? I'll buy yours as well. Okay, you are now selling me the oak expansion boxes, which is good. And beehives. And I did make myself a bunch of beehives before we started, so I'll buy all your beehives. And okay, you're not selling me the regular bee cages. You're selling me those. I might need to get another villager. A dye bee spawn egg. That's nice. And okay, I need more emeralds. That beehive there is actually part of a quest in here. If I can get that, that'll be nice. Because that's like the only thing I'm missing out of that quest line there. Perfect. Wait, it didn't complete. Oh, I need to actually grow one? Oh, that's going to be annoying. And you are still not selling me the cages. I want the regular bee cage. Can I actually just craft those, or do I have to buy them? I can craft them, but they require honey bottles. Right, and that's not going to work. I guess I'm going to have to go and get myself another villager to change as a recipe. So, BRB while I get another villager. Okay, finally, I ended up having to go through like 5 different villagers, like keep spawning them and killing them. It turns out you can actually stack all the items over there and just leave it and just keep adding the souls onto it, which is nice. But finally, one of them are now selling the bee cages, which is this guy here. He also buys campfires for emeralds, which is nice. And you are, even so you're still selling the sugar bag honeycomb, you are now selling me the honey treats, which is exactly what I've been wanting this whole time. So if we go ahead now and do this, buy a bunch of these treats, which is really good for us because they're actually kind of hard to make unless you have the bee things going. But I think once we start centrifuging comb and start producing it, we should be able to make ourselves like all of this now later on. Yeah, we might even get ourselves a regular bee going. I don't know. We'll see how it's going. So you are now selling all the expansion box. Okay. So what we want to do is actually start getting our first bees up and running. And we're just going to grab out these honey treats here. Actually, give me back out that acceleration wand. We might need it. But if we grab out some nests. So in the quest book here, even though it says I haven't done any of that, but it's whatever, we're good. We can just work our way through, just follow it. We're all the way down to this point now. So what we want to do is getting ourselves allthemodium is start by getting ourselves all these different type of bees here so we can get all the way from vibranium, allthemodium, and unobtanium. So the bees we're going to want at the start is, if we want emeralds, we have to get slimy and diamond, but we're not going to be worried about that. We're just going to go straight this path. So we need to get glowstone to redstone, which is glowing and chocolate mining. So glowing is gotten by putting a nether or a glowing nest in the nether and giving it a treat. If you look in here, you see glowstone nest, and the glowstone nest has to be placed in the nether. And the other thing then is the next bee is the chocolate mining bee, and the chocolate mining bee is gotten by any of these 3 nests here in any biome. So if we start off by, say, making ourselves let's see now, which kind of one should we start with? If we look up nest, we might as well just get out a bunch of them. So we need an acacia nest. An acacia nest will get us our blue bandit bee. If you look in here, the blue bandit bee. Yes, we need that guy. So you are going to give me acacia nest. Next up then is, I think, a gravel nest. I think a gravel nest should work. We need a glowing nest. And we're also going to need an obsidian nest. Actually, no, I think I've seen obsidian nests in the end when we were fighting the dragon. Can't remember. We'll have to go double check. I'm also going to want this endstone nest, just so we can get ourselves our ender bees. I swear I could have caught some of those before when we went first exploring the nether, or the end, but we'll see. I think that's pretty much it then. I think the actual last one then is getting like a dark oak nest, and then that will produce us our other missing bees. Right, so let's just go, I don't know, I don't think it really matters. We'll just go right here, and we'll put down these 3 right now. And we'll just give each one of these a treat. And then we can sit here with our acceleration wand and speed it up. Okay, it does work. I think actually you can give it extra treats if you want to speed it up even further like that. It goes faster than use the acceleration one, but that just wastes your treats. It actually looks like it's a thunderstorm right now because of how dark it's gotten. Because I don't think it's nighttime. It could actually be. And it is nighttime now, so you're actually not even going to come out. And same with you. So it is nighttime if they're not coming out. Yep, they just went straight back in. So let's quickly sleep. Are you guys going to come out now? No. But there is actually a way to make them come out. If you slap the nest with a stick... Oh, okay, you've come out. So we've got ourselves an ashy mining bee, our blue bandit bee, and I don't know what's in here. A green carpenter bee. Okay. Oh, by slapping the nest, it actually makes them angry. I didn't know that. Because I did watch like a little video on what I'm supposed to do, so I understand, but they said you just slap them and they just come out, but I guess they still get angry. There's also a book in here that tells you about it as well. Anything in here that tells me how to get the bees out of the nests? Maybe it only works on the hives, maybe? Okay, because they were slapping it on the hives. The nests, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we only got ourselves the blue bandit bee. We need the chocolate mining bee, which comes out of the gravel nest here. So we'll just have to keep going until we get that bee. Which bee do we get now? Okay, ashy mining bee again. We'll try again. There we go. Chocolate mining bee. So, if we come over here now and remove this nest quickly, just so nothing gets distracted by it. And we'll just grab ourselves out like a diamond chest here, just so we can organize all these items. I doubt we're going to automate it today, but we're just going to try and get ourselves every bee, and the next episode we'll automate it or something. We'll see. So let's start off by getting ourselves the hives. I think we need the advanced hives and the expansions. So let me just grab out a bunch of emeralds and let's go convert all these into regular advanced hives. So give me advanced oak hives and oak expansions. Same thing here. Advanced and oak expansions. Oh, I'm all out of emeralds, but... expansions and advanced. Okay, we have plenty for now. We have 23 advanced hives. We don't even have that many rooms. So oak expansion on top, and same thing in here. Is it darker in here, or is it just my imagination? I don't know. It just looks darker in there. But anyway, I think each bee might require its own room. I don't know, but we're going to keep like the blue bandit on its own. The chocolate mining bee doesn't produce any combs. He's just there for breeding. So any bee that I think that requires breeding or is only used for breeding, we'll just keep in the one beehive, and anything that requires anything else will just go into its own hive. So the main one we're going to be looking, a quarry. What do you do? Have a healthy obsession with stone and gravel. The species cannot be bred among themselves, and you will produce me... Okay. So you will produce me like random materials? Okay, you're actually kind of cool. But anyway, we need to go to the Nether now and the Twilight and get ourselves the other 2 bees, or the 3 bees. I think there's 3 bees are left to get. So let's grab that and our treats and cages, and let's head to the Nether. Oh, wow, okay, there's a lot of pigmen here. What's there so many pigmen here? There's a feral lantern and a mega torch here that should stop them from spawning, but yet... Oh, I got an egg off them. But that should stop them from spawning. I don't know. Anyway, nest, treat, speed it up. All right, and there we go. Glowstone bee. Don't fly away from me. Get back here. Yeah, I'll leave the nest here. It doesn't matter. We might need to come back and get another glowing bee. Depends on how this goes. And I think I forgot to grab the endstone nest. So let me just grab that and then we'll head to the end. We're actually kind of taking our time here, but I just want to get the bee set up this episode. And the next episode, we'll start automating them. Yikes. Okay, that was loud. We have 40 seconds on our flight, so we should be okay. Is there any bees flying around right now? I see some white dots on the map, so yep, there we go. What are you? I think you are a draconic bee? Yes, okay, draconic bee is good. Oops, just looked at an enderman. 30 seconds left in the flight. It says there's like another one over here somewhere. Oh, there you are. So you're there, and yeah, okay, there's the nests. So the nests are these little purple circles in the... Okay, go away. Where'd you go? Get out of here. So, yeah, okay, so the nests are just the little purple circles inside the obsidian pillars. Alright, so we got ourselves 2 draconic bees, which is nice, and they're both adults, and they are both hive types, which is good. I don't know what these types are. We're going to have to do a bit of research on all these different types of things, like temper is aggressive, endurance is medium, behavior is diurnal. I don't know what diurnal is. Does that mean it works day and night? Because you have nocturnal and... I don't know what the other one is. Weather tolerance is none and productivity is normal. Like you have a high productivity. So does that mean if I get the high productivity gene off of you, I can give it to another bee and then upgrade your production? I think that's how it works. Anyway, let's just get this one spawning and we'll get ourselves our ender bee and then we can head home and finally make ourselves our last few bees and then get ourselves the unobtanium, allthemodium, vibranium bees. And out pops the ender bee. Okay, I got him. I thought he actually went through the whole portal. Right, I don't think we need another one, but we'll come back if we need to. Right, here comes the speeding. We're going to speed through all this now. So what we're going to do is put all these in here. And now what we're going to do is get ourselves out our... where is he? Chocolate mining bee, because we're going to start by getting ourselves these bees here. So we need to get a redstone bee. Redstone is mixed by, or gotten by combining escape artist. Don't know what that is. Chocolate and glowing. So we'll just get ourselves out some flowers, so poppies, and we'll also grab ourselves out the block he's going to need now, which is a redstone block. Do we have any redstone blocks? No, we don't. We'll have to make one. So a redstone block, and we'll put the redstone bee in here. So we'll just stick your block back here. Okay? In here, this is where we're going to breed them now. So chocolate mining bee and the glowing bee. So we'll just grab out ourselves the glowing bee, which is you. So these 2 bees in here, and get me out the cages because I'm going to have to capture the red bee now. So you, and I'm going to give you a flower and give you a flower, and you should make me the redstone bee. There we go. And now I just need to capture you. Perfect. And leave the 2 in there. It's fine. So the redstone bee, now there's 2 ways we can actually grow him up. That's either just by leaving him grow naturally, or we can actually speed it up by making ourselves an incubator. Incubator is made by hay bale and some iron with a daylight sensor. Pretty cheap. Should be able to make a hay bale, no problem. And an incubator. Does this thing require power? Yes, it does. So I'm going to have to get a point over here. And I'll just stick the incubator, I don't know. I think there's actually another few blocks we might need, but I'll stick the incubator there. Redstone bee, and I think he needs treats to actually grow up as well. I think you stick treats in here, and then over time he will grow, and I think if I just use my acceleration wand, I can speed the whole process up. And boom, he's now an adult. So if we stick you in here, make sure you're not stuck in the wall, you will pollinate on this and produce a redstone honeycomb. Good. So the redstone bee now needs to be bred with the lapis bee. Or to make the lapis bee is a blue carpenter, blue bandit bee, and the redstone bee. So if we grab ourselves the blue bandit, come in here, put you down, and give you a flower and give you a flower, you should make me a lapis bee. Perfect. And I'll just take you back. And then we'll stick the lapis bee in here now and get you grown up. There you go. Lapis bee is done. Now, the lapis bee has to be bred with the end bee. So if we just grab out our end bee now. Where is our end bee? Draconic, carpenter, ender bee. There we go. So the ender bee and the lapis bee bred together will make us our diamond bee. So we'll do that in this hot room here, since there's nothing in here. So you and you should make the diamond bee now. Perfect. Oh my god, he is tiny. Jesus Christ, the size. I can't even click on him. He's so small. Come here, you. There we go. And I'll just take you for now. We'll organize the actual bees out later. So we can put these two away now. And now I want to grow up the diamond bee. And then we need to accelerate this. There we go. Now we got ourselves an adult diamond bee. Now the diamond bee has to be turned into a ancient bee. So actually I might need another one of those bees. So you know what? The lapis and ender bee, I'll put you back down in your own room in here. Actually, lapis, you can sit in here with the redstone bee. What does lapis use? A block of lapis. So you can actually sit in here with this guy. There you go. And it's turning nighttime now, so they're actually going to start going back into the hives now. Yeah. So when they come back out in the morning, they should produce me some home. Okay. So the ancient bee is made by combining a diamond bee with a block of netherite. So netherite, block of netherite, ender bee, I'll just put you back in here for now. Diamond bee, and we'll just stick you in your own room in here. So bee, ancient bee, and we got ourselves the advanced hive and that. Now the ancient bee needs to be bred with the withered bee to make ourselves allthemodium. Now, the withered bee is gotten by combining a wither rose with a skeletal bee. Now, skeletal bee requires an advanced hive in a dark enclosed room. So I'm going to have to go make myself a dark room. So if I just grab out a bunch of cobblestone for a second and just build off this direction for a moment, make sure my flight is still active. I might have turned on my jetpack just to make sure I'm double safe. I have no clue if this bee requires a treat on his hive or he will just spawn naturally. It did say just an advanced hive, right? And I can't put a treat on the advanced hive, so I guess it is just naturally spawning. I just need to give it some time, but I don't know how much time it's going to require. But it's a dark room, and I guess we'll just have to leave it for I don't know how long, and yeah, I'll be back once the bee has spawned, and I'll get to work on maybe organizing out these bees into their correct rooms. Alright, finally I got myself the skeletal bee, but what I need to do now is actually get myself some wither roses. So we've come to the Twilight here to spawn in a wither and get him to kill a bunch of chickens that I'm going to fill in a hole here. No way, bedrock's here already, okay. So I got myself a bunch of eggs here, also a ton of zombie bees spawned as well, but I'm only interested in the skeletal bee at the moment, so I'm just going to... Oh, come on, you can actually get out of there? Okay. They shouldn't be able to get out of the hole now. I don't know if I grabbed enough eggs. Should be more than enough. Alright, so we're just going to spawn in the wither. Right here should be fine. I don't think it'll cause any issues, or he'll kill them before they have a chance to convert. Maybe I'll move it away just in case the explosion does kill them. This should be far enough away from them. Oh, wait, he might actually go that way. I don't know. I'll just clear out a big space here. Alright, hopefully he will go and kill the chickens. So, stupid flight. Alright, spawn on the wither. Just gonna get up here out of the way. And just let him do whatever. Make sure my magnet's on. I just want to get some wither roses. If we can get one, we can duplicate it using a pysogenic insulator. Great for me, he went. Oh, but we got 6 of them already, so it's perfect. So we'll just take him out. 3 hits. Wow, this sword is amazing. Wait until we get the unobtanium one. Right, so we need to go back home now. Okay, we're getting close now. So a wither rose plus the skeletal bee. Wherever you are. There's the skeletal bee. You, give that, makes you, and let me back out the cage. Come back here, you. Now, there should probably be more spawning in there, but we'll leave it for now. So the withered bee combined with the ancient bee now should make us our allthemodium. And then the vibranium is another ancient bee and the draconic bee. Now, the ancient bee has to be bred twice now, so he might not work straight away. So we'll just grab out our wizard bee, and I think my ancient bee is already down in here, so you're not in there. You're going to come out now in a moment, though. Let me go quickly sleep. Right, the ancient bee's out, so combine the wither, so feed you and give you, and you should make me my allthemodium bee, which I can now grab if I'm quick enough. I don't need the wither bee actually out on the ground. Now, you're going to take some time to regrow, but what I can do actually right now is grow the allthemodium bee, and then we can get him set up in his own room, and then by the time we probably have that done, he's ready to go again. All right, this guy here should be ready to go again, so we stick the draconic bee in. You. Bro, come on. Where's the stick? Get out. You're not supposed to be in there. Get out. There you go. So, oh, do you not? Oh, true draconic dust. Oh, do you actually have to produce? Oh, okay. So you actually have to produce draconic dust before. Okay. I see. So I need to wait for this guy here to actually produce me some combs, but you need a dragon egg to work, and I think... No, I still have the dragon egg. Okay, perfect. I'm going to stick the dragon egg here. The other thing about it is this draconic bee, or is it the ender bee? Okay, actually, it's the ender bee that teleports around. So I'm just going to leave you in there. Actually, I might need to actually lower this down. There we go. So he should be able to sit on top of it now. So I'm actually going to have to leave him in there and just let him produce up some comb first. And then we're going to have to centrifuge it to be able to spawn, to be able to breed them. Right, I didn't actually look that far. So if that's the case, I'm going to need a centrifuge now. I wasn't actually expecting to do that today. But if I get myself a centrifuge, does this need require power? It does, but for some reason I ain't hooking up to the power. Or maybe it doesn't. Oh, maybe it requires like mechanical power. Oh, powered centrifuge. There we go. There we go. And we can install all the upgrades we want. Okay, so I just have to wait for these guys to produce. These guys actually produce quite a bit of comb here, which is nice. Oh, did not mean to turn that on. And you in here have produced not much at all. Can I actually speed you guys up? Have you produced a comb? Ancient comb. No draconic comb yet, so keep working. So if that's the case, how are you doing? Allthemodium comb? Not bad. Does this actually make you come out faster? I don't know. Well, I'll be back once I have some draconic dust that I can use to breed this guy. And now all we need then is to breed the 2 allthemodium and vibranium to make our unobtanium. And that'll be it. Okay, I'm a little annoyed right now. I forgot to hit unpause recording. I did hit the button, but for some reason it just didn't work. So what's after happening now is I went ahead and actually bred the draconic bee and the ancient bee together, and I got myself the vibranium bee and grew him up. But because of that now, I didn't record it. You guys didn't get to see it. So, but I bred them together and I got them. I was waiting for draconic dust to be produced, because you can't breed the draconic bee with regular flowers. You have to use draconic dust, which only he produces. So I waited until I have some of that, and now I've got myself the vibranium bee. The only thing I need to do is actually smelt a little bit more vibranium, because I need 4 vibranium and 4 unobtanium mixed together to be able to make ourselves the unobtanium bee now. So if we come over here to our allthemodium bee, who's decided to coop himself back up in the hive here, I'm just going to pop... Okay, how have you already gone in there? Oh, okay, so one works in the day and the other one works at night. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, so if I do stick... Can I pop the 2 out, or only 1 at a time? Alright, give me you, and then I'm going to go sleep. So after sleeping now, this guy should pop out. There we go. Pick you up as well, and now we'll just move over into a one that doesn't have a hive, so you guys can't hide away from me. So 2 you in, so you're going to get the 4 of this, and you're going to get 4 of this, and the 2 you breed together, and you should give me unobtanium. Perfect. Now I'll pick you all up. There we go. And now I can put you back down in your hive. So allthemodium, you can go back down in here. Vibranium, you can go down in here. And then we'll just grow this guy up here. We'll stick you in there and accelerate it. Almost. And there we go. Unobtanium bee is big. So there we go. So what are you? You are nocturnal. You only work at night. I guess it's too early in the morning for you to actually teleport back into it, but there we go. I haven't got enough time now to produce any more bees. So what I'll do now between episodes is I'm going to produce probably a couple more bees. Then next episode, we're going to automate this entire system by setting up all of the combs and honey that they are producing to be extracted out and then set processed up. I don't know exactly where I'm going to do that. I might actually move one of these or convert this hive here into like a little work shed where I can set up centrifuges, because I don't think we actually need that. I mean, we have like 4 other rooms that we can use for other bees. So yeah. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell while you're at it as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.